don't believe that Trump's economic plan through these tariffs and trade war is going to play out the way he wants it to. And it's for two main reasons. First is that in order for the US to be re-industrialized, it's going to take a significant amount of long-term capital and government investment. And that is not something that we are able to accomplish on a bipartisan level. Think about the local economy that goes into, let's say, reviving like car making industry, okay? Automobiles. You need the factory, right? That's capital investment. Then you need all of the machinery and the technology that goes into the automation, that costs money. And then you need to actually have workers, manufacturer workers that are skilled enough to operate that. And then you need engineers, right? Engineers that can design the car, and engineers need to go to college. So there's like so many factors that go into reviving a local economy, and that's just in one industry. We're going to try to do this for all the industries. Meanwhile, you have BRICS countries like China and India that already have extremely advanced economies that are designed for manufacturing now. Like for the US to compete against that, it's going to take decades of long-term investment. The second is that BRICS countries, which have surpassed in economic power over G7 countries, they are not going to comply the way that they used to in the past. And this is another rant I'm going to have to do on my YouTube about how much the West is kind of like living in delusion almost. It is true that Western countries still have a lot of military and economic power, but it's nowhere near its past glory. The way that Trump is trying to strong arm these countries to comply, I do think they're going to reach a compromise at some point, but the devastation, the short-term devastation that's going to happen to middle and working class Americans is going to be much higher than the long-term effects that we don't even know is going to happen that will favor America. This is a deficit in Western planning that we have because you have to understand these other countries that we're competing against, they have more authoritarian regimes, which means that they're able to implement policies that are like 40, 50, 60 years ahead, right? And they can force their country to comply with it. But in the US, we have 4-term election cycles. So you're always going to see this nonstop back and forth between Democrats and Republicans and our differing economic policies. And that really weakens our ability to implement something as massive as reindustrialization.